What is up, guys? Mike Valle here with Improve Your Life Today podcast, and we're going hard at this, guys. 365, 24/7, episode 2, and you can't stop me. You can't stop me. This consistency, this flow that I'm in, there's nothing stopping me. I'm inspired. I'm motivated. I'm determined. I'm on fire, guys. And let's keep that flame going for 2020 and for this decade. In today's episode of the podcast, we're going to talk about my entrepreneurial startup, my beginning, what brought me up in this new whole online digital entrepreneurship, what re-inspired me, what re-inspired me to start looking for something else besides my 9-to-5 job. So we're gonna have to travel back in time a little bit, and the year is 2016, guys. 2016 was a crazy year. 2016 is when I got with my girlfriend. 2016 was the year where I quit my job to get another job, only to run back to my job. Crazy, right? The story of that was back in 2016, and even before that, I always already had felt not appreciated, not given what I deserve. Not, I worked my ass off to, progress and grow with the company and position myself, for success. Because at that time, I was simple-minded. I was one-minded, where I thought, work my ass off here and, continue to grow. And, eventually my goal was to be, a district manager, regional manager, operations manager, and eventually become a CEO of some sort. That was the little blueprint I had created in my mind, right? So I'm here working my ass off, just to get, done dirty so many times. There's so much things that I used to do for the company where I'll help them, open locations, start up the business for them, hire a bunch of people, and just get the business going. But whatever was convenient for them at the time that, it was, they'll send me away to whatever was convenient for them without the extra reward, getting underpaid. I realized that a couple times. Now, back in 2019 is when I realized how much they've been lowballing me, is when they hire new managers in, and I find out they're getting paid just as much as me, when I've been doing this since 2013. I've been managing since 2013, and I've been with the company since 2011. Okay, but touching back to the point of the story, so it was the year was 2016, right? I have this job. I left because I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling inspired. I wasn't feeling like I was getting what I deserved. And then I left. I was like, you know what? My district manager left around that time. I got a new boss. I'm not even gonna bother. Fresh start for me. I'm out of here. Plus, I was I could name the company I actually went to at that time. I went to Cintas. Cintas is this whole towel and uniform company where they actually go and deliver towels to a lot of businesses and uniforms for some of these companies. They wash it. It's like a whole cleaning service. They have departments for that. The department I actually applied for was just to be what they call a sales service rep, SSR, and my job was just to pretty much go in there like at 5 a.m, pick up just a bunch of uniforms and a bunch of towels and aprons that I had to deliver to those businesses. You have a certain amount of accounts. If I recall, I think I had around 20 different businesses I had to go to, and it was a pretty tough job. It was a pretty hand labor, pretty tough job, because you had to scan each barcode, and it was a dirty job, guys. It was dirty. Like, when I tell you it's dirty, it's a pretty dirty job, and I just didn't like it. I pretty much, trained, I joined it, and, I was growing quickly. I was going really quickly with this company. They knew my background already. They knew I was a store manager, and I, took the downgrade to become just a sales service rep. But the thing is, I had such great experience already with customer service that they knew that this was going to be easy peasy for me. And it was. When it came down to the customer service part, I understood the systems. I was growing pretty quickly, yet this was a union company, and union, they have a what they call, when you're there longer, what is it called? Oh, okay, I just remembered. Seniority. They have seniority. So whoever's been there longer gets moved up first, gets paid more. They go by seniority, right? So I think I'm like 2 months in my training, and they just see that I'm crushing it, and they wanted me to actually take a route and have, my own route, my own truck, my own deliveries, and skip over a few of the people they had for seniority, which, it's crazy that they were even doing this kind of shady tactic. But I get it. I mean, the shady towards the union, but, business-wise, strategically, you want to put the person who, is better qualified for the job on the job. Seniority, I don't really like, just for that fact. Like, when someone is performing so well, how can you choose the person who's been there longer versus the person who's performing consistently for it? But okay, so I get my own route, right? And then let me describe this job to you guys. I'm pretty much getting there at 5 a.m. I pick up some uniforms, stacks of uniforms, fill up the truck. The truck is filled with uniforms and aprons, towels, maybe sometimes some mats, some cleaning supplies. You close up the truck. It's a big truck. If you guys haven't ever seen Cintas trucks, Google Cintas or Google Cintas trucks, and you're gonna see it. They're pretty big trucks. You don't have a rear view mirror, and you just gotta learn how to drive a freaking huge truck. So that was crazy, right? When I was training, I was going out with someone all the time, and the guy that I trained with, that guy, man, he had a freaking backup camera. Once I got the truck, I got I got a truck that they had sitting there from like 1980. I'm not lying to you guys. It was all broken up. I thought it was gonna break down on me. I really did. Like, oh man, I thought it was gonna leave me stranded, guys. Like, I was like, oh, what kind of shit is this? I'm so screwed. But whatever, I gotta make some money. I gotta grow with this company, right? So I start doing this. I go on my own. I go solo. It's not so bad. Once I start going to these businesses, everyone's just jumping on me like, yo, like, what the hell is going on? My uniforms are missing from blah, 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 blah. And like, they were just all getting so upset because the previous guy that left this route just screwed everything up. So I'm like, shit, man. Okay, let me see what I can do, and I just start helping them all, right? I start writing all this stuff down, and let my supervisors know what's missing, and then what I assigned through the account, and then I get in trouble for just assigning a bunch of stuff, and they're like, no, we got to charge them extra for losing their stuff, and I'm like, but we can't prove that they lost it or we lost it, and they're like, no, well, you still got to charge them. So I'm like, ah, shit. Here I am now, middleman, scapegoat time. But whatever, I did what I could do, right? I told them, hey, you know what? They're not approving this. I could give you one for free, but here you got to pay for the other 3. Let's make sure the service is good. So whatever, I get it going. The route I'm taking over, right? It's not going so bad. And I remember this is the one that made me quit. I didn't quit right away, but this is what made me think I shouldn't be doing this shit. This is not the job for me. I don't even know if I can have a job. This life. This whole job life, it's not for me. I've been crushing it, like from 2011 all the way up to 2016. A job is easy. Any job, you put me a job and I'll go in there and crush it because I just always give my 100%. But I realized that, working a 9 to 5 is not the business. And at that time I was working a 5 to 5 because you go in at 5 and you get to leave once you're done, once you finish your 20 accounts. But there was that day when I left like at 6 p.m. I went in, guys, 5 a.m. and I left at 6 p.m. And I remember I was contemplating life when I went to the bus stop. We had to service the bus line, right? It was a big, it was Pasadena area, so I don't know what the bus transit's called over there, but I went in there, right? And I have to pick up all the dirty towels from the bus line that they used to clean the bus or whatever the hell they use it for. It had like oils and whatnot. You go into this bus station and it has like, it's broken up into like 4 departments. And I go in there and I pick up the towels. Here's the suckiest part, guys. They wanted you to count each towel and have a correct amount. So I had to literally, take out my bags and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 50. Tie up a bag, throw it in the truck, and get some more, and get some more, and get some more. So just imagine the repetitiveness of just doing that. It starts to drive you insane. I mean, it drove me a little insane, because then that's when I was just thinking, I'm putting stuff in the bag, I'm tying it up, and I'm like, fuck, do I really want to be doing this the rest of my life? Do I really want to be grabbing dirty towels and throwing them in the bag? Do I really want to smell farted pants? Because, you collect uniforms. So I collected 3 sets of uniforms from 3 different departments at the bus line. You got to open these lockers. You got keys for their individual lockers. You take out all the uniforms, and then you got to scan the barcode. The barcode's on the butt part. So literally you grab that uniform, you put it right by your nose, and you scan, beep, beep. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Some of these uniforms, I wish I was sick. Like right now I'm sick, I can't smell, but oh man. And that's what I started to think. I'm like, man, so this is what I'm really doing with my life. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make good money. I'm not gonna lie, the money looks good, but what's the purpose of this? What's this doing for my life? What am I gaining from this besides the money? And I was like, yeah, I can't do this. This is not the job for me. And I think I did it for 2 more weeks, and then I was like, you know what, this is it. I'm out. So I put in my 2-week notice, and I left. And I couldn't do it anymore. So I quit my job at that time. This was around, I think, like October. And then I was jobless for like November, December, and I'm enjoying life, just living off of my savings account. I think I had managed to put away around 10 grand, a little over 10 grand. So I was able to just enjoy 2 months. And that's when I was watching a lot of YouTube, just hanging out. And that's when I ran into some Ty Lopez. And freaking Ty Lopez, man, he knows how to sell you, At that time, he wasn't as annoying as he is now. Now he's almost irrelevant. And last year, he was just very annoying. But, I got to be grateful for running into Ty, because I ran into the Here in My Garage that kind of hooked me. And then I also ran into his social media marketing ad. And when he talked about, doing social media for companies and getting paid, it just kind of hooked me. Oh, you can do this, posts. And I was like, shit, you can really make money from social media? That's interesting. I never thought about social media that way. I never thought about it as a business, which, with all the knowledge I have now, I'm like, wow, how did I not even think of that? But, you learn. And yeah, so I was getting hooked by Ty, right? And I'm like, shit, like maybe I should try this out. And I just got so inspired and motivated to start my own social media marketing agency. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hit up my buddy, my brother, Tony, and I'm gonna sell him on this pitch of we should go in this business and do this together. And at that time we don't know anything, but I'm like, hey, let's do this. We can make a lot of money. I just learned about this social media marketing stuff, and it sounds really cool. And yeah, I mean, as I talked to him about it, he got really inspired, and he was like, let's do it. And I remember that first day, we spent the whole time just trying to figure out the name of the business, and it was crazy because we were just, getting so motivated to do all this stuff. And I remember we called it Ads Easy. So to me, that name's always gonna, mean something because he came up with the name Ads Easy. But, just spending all those hours of, just planning, and we were going so hard at it, I remember, but we were focusing on the wrong thing, guys. We were just focusing on the name, on the logo creation, on the design, on the website design. Like, we were not focusing on the actual business model, the business service, understanding what we were selling, right? So I go ahead and join Ty's course, and I go over it with my buddy, and we're like, just working this up. And then I realized, my savings is running a little low, so I need to get my job back. This is where I went wrong. Instead of looking for something else, I ran back to what I felt was safe. I ran back to the company that I left because, I knew that I can just kill it, make a lot of money right away. So I did. In January, I went back to working for the restaurant, managing one. I went back to that 9-to-5 life. And what was it, 2017, I began working there again, right, getting paid pretty good. And that was the beginning to what it is now, where I'm still there, pushing on this entrepreneurial journey, and I'm working towards freeing myself, because then I made some bad decisions, bad life moves. I was so inspired with Ads Easy and trying to make it work that I even thought, I'm gonna just move out with my girlfriend, get a place closer to my job, because at that time I was starting to develop sleep apnea as well, and I was starting to fall asleep driving to work. And my job is as you can hear in this podcast, I'm driving to work right now, so you can just tell how far it could possibly be when this episodes can last from 30 to an hour. With the miles in Los Angeles, because there's so much freaking traffic. Like, I feel like I'm barely moving, guys. I'm barely about to get to downtown LA, and I still gotta go a little further down. So much freaking traffic. But yeah, so I was starting to develop sleep apnea, where I'm driving to work and I'm like falling asleep, and I'm like, shit, what's wrong with me? And I almost crashed a couple of times, and when I almost crashed, that's when I knew that I had to do something. So that's when I moved in closer to my job, and I was literally like 10 minutes away from my job, paying $2,300 in rent, guys, for a 1-bedroom apartment. $2,300. And sometimes it'll fluctuate, it'll go up a little bit, because of trash or water and electricity, or it'll go down a little bit. I think the lowest it got was 22, and the highest it went was 25. But it was on average around 2,300. So I did that, right? I was motivated. I was inspired. I'm like, you know what? I'll make more than enough money to make up for the rent. So I start, me and my buddy, we're working on pushing Ads Easy, and it's just not happening. We're meeting up, we're planning, but we're not taking action. And then we start, getting in on our heads where we don't even know the business that we're going into. We're like, shit, we don't know anything about marketing. How the hell do we sell that? And the thing is, in Ty's course, like, it's good, it's a lot of knowledge in there, but it's a lot of psychological stuff. It's a lot of mental motivation that gets you going. And the biggest thing that at that time, because he's updated that course now, and there's a lot of value in there. Even has my boy Billy Jean in there teaching some social media marketing in that course. But at that time, he kept preaching, just go out there and get customers, and don't worry about what you're selling. Just first get the sales, and then you'll learn the stuff. But if we did it that way, which is the way we were kind of going at it, once we closed the deal, we were not able to get results. And it came down to that. We actually closed a client, a construction company. Tony did. Tony actually, found the guy, closed it. And we had this construction company. We come together and we're like, all right, what are we going to do? How are we going to blow it up? So we're here. We go on Canva. We're creating nice looking posts for their social media. We're growing their Instagram. We're starting to create some YouTube videos for them. But that's as far as we were getting. Once it came down to the ads, we were trying to create landing pages and run some ads, but we were not getting any freaking results, guys. Almost zero to no results because we just didn't know how the ads worked. So I decided to get more courses to learn more stuff. But at the same time I'm trying to learn all this, this guy's paying us money monthly. He's paying us $1,000 a month, and he cut it down to $500 every 2 weeks, which was fine because it's still $1,000 a month. But he is paying us money, and then we felt like shit. He's gonna cut us soon because if we're not delivering, why the hell is he gonna keep paying? I mean, we're cool people to have around, we're cool people to hang out with here and there, but we're not that cool where he's gonna be giving us $1,000 a month for nothing, just to create you some posts. So yeah, I mean, it really started getting to us where we're like second guessing shit. We don't even know what the hell we're doing, trying to learn this. And then it came down to it. We knew this was coming. So the guy, calls us up to meet up and pretty much tells us it's not working out. Like, he's not seeing the results. He still wants to keep us around to potentially work on something else. But, he doesn't want us touching his business and he can't pay us anymore. Blah, blah, blah. And we were like, you know what, screw it. We're not even going to do the other one because we're not right where we should be. We're not delivering the way we should. We got to go back and, master our crafts. So we ended it there. We stopped doing the whole social media marketing. And that took me into this whole other journey. And it took my buddy in another journey as well. But once I did that, and I was still working my job, living, in a $2,300 apartment, life was starting to catch up to me. I was starting to use credit cards to survive. My checks were going just to pay rent, and then, fast forward to mid 2018. Next thing you know, I'm in 20K credit card debt, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh no, I gotta get out of here. So, end of 2018, I move out, go back to my mom and dad's house, where I can, live without paying rent and kind of recover. And by the time I pulled out, I was freaking 30K in debt, guys. 30 freaking K. My credit score had dropped to like 580. It was bad. I was starting to fall apart. It was a bad psychological battle. It was, a lot of mental defeat. And not only that, but throughout that journey, once we dropped the business, Ads Easy, the marketing agency one, I went into Amazon and I started to sell on Amazon and I started to see results. And that was very exciting because I was making 10K, and then I think I made 30K my second month. So, and that was in profit. When you add up the numbers, I only made three grand profit, but that's still not bad. That freaking accumulates to my job wage almost. So that's not bad at all. And you wonder how 30K ends up 3K. Oh, guys, if you don't do Amazon, I don't know how it is now, but it was a lot of ads spent to get yourself ranked on that first page of Amazon, because there's so much competition, so much other people that you're going against to just get up there on the page rank. But I was selling on Amazon, and I only sold on Amazon for 3, maybe 4 months at most, because my account got banned. So I'm over here rising up, and then I get hit with another downfall. my account gets freaking banned, guys. It got banned, in the time that the solar eclipse happened. I actually sold those glasses, and I got dinged with a whole authenticity claim that, they weren't real, they weren't authentic. So, what I did was I contacted the seller, the wholesaler where I got them from, got all the information Amazon requested, going at it back and forth, and it wasn't working. Amazon was like, we refuse to reply to any further messages. Good luck. You can no longer sell on Amazon. And that was it. Amazon controls it, It's their website, it's their business. Of course, they can do whatever the hell they want, and you have no control over it. You can't. It's Amazon. It's their business, and that's when I knew Amazon was not the way to go. Then I ran into OD Productions' channel, and I ran into affiliate marketing, and this business model really hooked me because I realized, wow, with affiliate marketing, you can make a business out of anything, out of your passions, out of anything. Of course, it depends what you go into, the amount of money you can actually make, but, you can make a freaking business out of anything, and that's what was freaking crazy, guys. Because as I watch Odie's videos, they're very inspiring. Plus, the guy looks like such an authentic guy and living a lifestyle that I would love to have. And I'm like, damn, I gotta learn how to do this stuff, how to become an affiliate marketer. So I watch these videos. I learn his story. I find out of his first business. It's recordingnow.com. He pretty much started up this whole website where he would review headphones on YouTube, and not only just put the video on YouTube, but he'll put it on his website and write a whole article with his Amazon affiliate links. And he had, numerous videos and reviews, and you can tell that he was just putting in the work. And I joined his course to learn how to do affiliate marketing. And then he broke down his numbers and showed how hard it was for him to get his first consistent $1,000 a month. And it was after his first year that he had launched his website. Pretty much understand his story, and then I'm trying to get this going, but at the time I moved back, at the time I'm going through all this hardship. I developed sleep apnea. The sleep apnea was getting worse, especially because I moved back. So the whole point of moving closer to my job was because of the sleep apnea, and it was like I didn't want to die going to work. So I got a CPAP machine. So now I sleep with a freaking mask, guys. It's crazy. And then, it was just getting so tough, and I wasn't, like, when I started doing the Amazon stuff, I was like on fire. Like, I took Tanner Fox's course, and in one day I finished the whole course. Like, I stayed up to like 4 a.m., taking notes, inspired, motivated, not willing to go to sleep or give up. But once it came down to, once my sleep apnea had developed, I couldn't do that anymore. I was exhausted. I would fall asleep all the time. I couldn't keep my eyes open. It was just overwhelming, guys. So, once I got the CPAP machine, things got a little better because it helped me sleep. And then, but still, it sucks sleeping with a freaking mask. But then, okay, so I'm into affiliate marketing, right? Not getting the success I want, but I start making some money here and there. So I was like, oh, okay, this actually works. I remember I first started off in the dog niche. I made this dog website, and I started making maybe 300, sometimes 200, and the thing that was selling the most. Oh man, I don't know about doing this in the mornings. I keep yawning. I wish I wasn't yawning so much. Gotta wake up. Gotta wake myself up. Can't be yawning. But the product that was selling the most was BarkBox. So if you haven't heard of BarkBox, it was a subscription box that has like toys and treats for dogs. And I think the membership is anywhere from $25 to $30. So I was getting a few people signing up to this membership. Now, if they had recurring income, that would have been freaking amazing, because I'd still be balling out on so much money, because these things were selling like crazy. I'll just review them, have my dog, I'll buy a subscription for my dog and do review videos as well. And I was getting, sales. I was getting people going through my affiliate link and buying this product, and I was getting the commission, and the commission was pretty good. Sometimes, depending on the time of the season, they'll raise the commission or they'll drop it. As low as it ever got was, I think, $15, but it got as high as 30. So when it was at 30, oh my God, it was nice. But yeah, I mean, I took his course, and where I screwed up is I didn't listen to his course completely. So when he said make a WordPress website, and I saw how complicated WordPress was, I didn't do it. I got a freaking cheap website on Wix, guys, on Wix. And then, yeah, I mean, the results weren't, where I wanted them to be. And then I just started taking all these other courses. And then fast forward to 2018, November 2018, Odie is dropping his passive income mentorship. And once I heard about his passive income mentorship, I told myself, all right, man, this is it. You gotta do this. And it's a freaking $2,500 course. If you're gonna pay that much money, you need to see results, and you need to make that money back ASAP and pay it back. Because at this point, I'm just getting my credit cards more and more, to the cap. 30K in debt already. I mean, credit score is already fucked, so might as well keep taking some risk. And I don't regret it. That was actually the best decision I could have made. I actually joined his course, his passive income mentorship, and it was full of value, guys. It still is. He's still very active in it. I think that's what he's devoted most of his time to, because I've logged in a couple times and I see him still interacting with the students there. So I mean, I think it's pretty dope that Odie's in there making sure his people succeed, just like he did with me. He devoted a lot of time to me. And yeah, so I joined that course, Passive Income Lifestyle Mentorship. And, first 8 weeks in, guys, I make over $2,000 just from the stuff I learned in there. And a lot of it, what is it? Module 1, that one I wish I could have skipped over because it's just a walkthrough of his whole site. And the thing is, he locks it. He doesn't want you to go all crazy. So he locked it. Module 1 took... and in a week, module 2 would be open. I really wanted to go on with a different module because module 1 was just so basic. But then module 2 started, and it was all about mindset and productivity hacks. So seeing the routine that, a six-figure earner, or potentially seven-figure, now that I think, no, he is a seven-figure earner for sure. Especially the house he lives in a nice $1 million home for sure. But yeah, a seven-figure earner, I gotta know the productivity hacks that he has to offer. I gotta understand what's his routine, what's his daily morning routine. And he does a lot of meditating, reading, sleeping early, exercises, a bunch of this stuff. Like, I learned that stuff, and I started to implement some of the stuff to, progress, to improve. And then he went into different modules, and these modules he talked about his second business that succeeded, and oh my God, I learned so much from that one. Not only that one, but then he had another module where he made $20,000 from just one product per month. And just seeing the whole walkthrough of how he did it, it was just ridiculous, guys. So all this stuff just was inspiring me. And now I'm just so extra motivated that, this is what I want to do. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an online entrepreneur. I want to make this succeed. I want to grow. And I want to leave my job and make myself a passive income through different sources. But affiliate marketing has to be my main source, because I fell in love with the business model, the way Odie sold it to me, sold it on YouTube to, everyone, because you can just easily go search him up, check out his videos. He's, really good at this. His videos are full of knowledge that you can gain so much from. And yeah, guys, I mean, this was a whole little, start of my entrepreneurial journey. It all began with freaking Ty Lopez and the whole social media marketing thing. And, as time has progressed, I am now doing affiliate marketing. I'm pushing my YouTube channel. I'm starting to push this podcast. I'm 2 for 2. Today is day 2, and I'm building consistency. I got my websites going, and I'm gonna build a whole brand new one. That's gonna be a whole case study that I'm gonna start on YouTube soon. So check out the channel. It's Mike Valle. You just search up Mike Valle. It's not that hard to find me, and you'll find me. I'll be the first one popping up. And what I'm going to do there is I'm going to do this whole case study where I'm going to start a business from scratch, and a whole affiliate business. And I'm just going to show the route I'm taking to make it succeed. And I don't know if it's going to succeed or not, but, by putting in the work, I'm at least ensuring that I will get some sort of success. It might not be $3,000 a month, but I will get some success, because as long as I put in the work and use the knowledge that I've learned from Odie and his courses, then I will see some sort of results. But yeah, guys, I'm here at my job now. I hope to, not tell you this forever. Like, I hope soon I'll be like, all right, guys, I made it. I'm free. I quit my job. This is it. No more driving podcast. Now it's in my living room at home. That'll be nice. That'll be definitely nice, guys. But till then, let's get it. I wish you guys all the best. Have a great day. And I'll be speaking to you guys tomorrow on tomorrow's episode. Thanks for listening. This was Mike Valle. Improve your life today.